Hello students, today we're going to be talking about subtracting across zeros. So already we have been subtracting all week with 3-digit number minus a 3-digit number. But to make it a little more difficult, now on our larger 3-digit number there's going to be a 0 in the tens place and it's going to cause us some problems. So today I'm going to talk to you about what we can do to fix that and solve that subtraction equation. Okay, so the reason we need to learn this is because it is an artiques and it is a part of 3.4a. So number and operations, the student applies mathematical process standards to develop and use strategies and methods for whole number computations in order to solve problems with efficiency and accuracy. And the student is expected to solve with fluency one-step or two-step problems involving addition and subtraction within 1,000 using strategies based on place value, properties of operation, and the relationship between addition and subtraction. So it's important that you, when we get to word problems, it's important that you know how to find the difference between two numbers, because that could just be one of the steps, and if you don't do it correctly, then you already have the question wrong. So it's important that we learn how to distribute our numbers correctly, subtract correctly, learn about place value correctly so that you can subtract well. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about the equation 303 minus 124. Okay, so we have the number 3, oops, kind of big, let me guess, 303 minus 124. So first thing, we need to make sure that the ones place is lined up, the tens place is lined up, and the hundreds place is lined up. Always make sure that everything is lined up correctly. Okay, so we know that we always start in the ones place, but look, if we have 3 items, we can't take away 4, so we run into a problem. In the lessons we learned earlier, we knew that we could just go over to the tens place, take 1 10, bring it over here, and make it 13. But in this scenario, we go over to the tens place, and there is nothing there. Absolutely nothing. So now we have to go over to the hundreds place, and we are going to take 100 away. So there are 3 hundreds in the hundreds place. We're taking away 100, so that leaves us with 200. Now, the 100 that we did take, we are going to split it up. We can't put 103 here, because then you'll have 103 minus 4. That's going to be a 2-digit number, and we can't put a 2-digit number in that spot. So let's erase that. What we're going to do is we are going to put 9 tens here. You know what? Let me go back to my normal. Okay, 9 tens here and 10 ones here. Now it's 10 plus the 3 that we have here already. So instead of it being 10, just like the subtracting we've done before, it becomes a 13. So now we have all our numbers lined up. So basically, this 90, this represents 90 because it's in the tens place, plus the 10 that we added to the 3 is the 100 we took from this 3. All right? So now our job is easy. Now all we have to do is subtract. So 13 minus 4, we have 9. 9 plus 4 is 13, so that works. 9 minus 2 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 2. So our answer is 179. So now I'm going to show you with manipulatives why this is correct and why we put a 9 in the tens place, because that, for some reason, this confuses third graders a lot, and I'm going to show you and explain to you why we do this. Okay, so we have our manipulatives here, and we're going to be working with them to solve this subtraction equation. So before we do that, let's go over all the vocabulary of each item. So first we have the ones, right? These are called units. So when I refer to these, I'm going to call them units. They are each worth 1 unit. Okay, the next thing we have are the rods. These rods are each worth 10. So 10, 20, 30, and they have 10 units in them. I actually forgot my hundreds, but I created some myself with 10 tens, because 10 tens makes 100. So this is a hundreds block. We call this a flat. So that's one flat is 100. Okay, and then we have a thousands block, but we're not going to be working with the thousands today. But those are our vocabulary for today. So we have our units, rods, flats, and a thousands block. Okay, so the number we originally started with, right, was 303. So let's start with the ones place. We need 3 ones, so 3 units right here. Okay, 303. There was a 0 in the tens place, so we need absolutely no rods. We put those away. Now we need 300, so 100, 200, and 300. So we have 3 flats and 3 units. That makes 303. Now in the equation, we're supposed to subtract 124. So in the video you just saw, remember we had 3 units. And can we take away 4 from this? 1, 2, 3. I can't take away 4. I need more of these so I can take away 4. So there's nothing in the tens place here. So I can't do anything about that. So I have to go here. Let me take 100. Okay, there's 100 in here. So if I take out these, so I have 200 left. So let's say I break apart this 100. Well, now I have 10 tens. This is 100. So if I put it back here, it's 300. But I took it away because I need it, and now we're left with 200 ones. Sorry, 2 hundreds. So now I have 10 tens. I can't put all 10 tens here. If I put all 10 tens in the ones place and I'm trying to take away 4, still doesn't work. How do I take away 4? I can't break them apart. I need to break them apart more. So let's put all the tens in the tens place, and we'll take 1 10 and we'll break it up into 10 units. So I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So instead of this, I'm going to use these 10. So I'm going to trade them. I got this instead of this. Okay, so now that I have 10 tens, I'm going to put them here in my ones. Now my number hasn't changed. This is still 303. It's just, you have to build it. So 100, 200, about 303. So it's still the same number, but we've broken it up and decomposed it a little bit. Okay, so now remember we're subtracting 124. So with our 303, we're going to take away 124. So we took away, oops, I think I already did that. Give me 1 second. So we have our 13 here. So we're going to take away 4. Okay, we have our 9 tens, and we were supposed to take away 2. And then we have our 2 hundreds, and we're supposed to take away 100. So we took away 124. So what's left now is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ones. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens. And we have 100. So 179 is the difference that we have. Okay. Okay, now we're going to show you an example, another example. And it's going to be 500 minus 275. This example has a 3-digit number with a 0 in the tens and the ones place. So here's how you solve that one, and we're going to also show you how to check your work. So that can be important just so you know that you got it correct if you check it at the end. So here we go. Okay, so we have the number 500 minus 275. All right, so when we have 2 zeros here and there's nothing there, so it's really hard to take away 5 in the ones place when there's nothing there in the ones place. So we have to regroup. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over to the tens place. We can't borrow from here because there's nothing there. All right, so we're going over to the hundreds. We're going to take 100 away. Now, if we did take 100 away, that leaves us with 400s. So we have 400 right there. The 4 stands for 400. Okay. Now that you've taken 100, we can't put all 100 right here. If we did, and we did 90 minus 5, that's 95. Well, a 2-digit number cannot be in that area, in the ones place. So we have to do something different. So what we do is we put 9 here, okay, 9 tens, and the last 10 we put right here. 90 plus 10 is the 100 that we took over here. Okay, so let's go back. All right, 10. Okay, so now that we've regrouped these, all we have to do now is subtract. So 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 7 is 2, and 4 minus 2 is 2. So our answer is 225. All right. Okay, so now that we are finished, on every subtraction problem that you do, you can add to go backwards and check your work. So to make sure that this was correct, we can take this bottom number here, so 225, and then we can take this number here, 275, and we will add them together and make sure that our number was correct. So 5 plus 5, we have 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5. So this helps us know that we did it correctly. This is the end of my video. I am teaching third graders, and I tried really hard to make it 30 minutes long, but if you've ever taught elementary school, a third grader can't focus for more than 10 minutes. So I'll just end my video by telling you how I would incorporate a video like this into my classroom. So usually when I teach this lesson in the classroom, I'll start with an anchor chart, I'll show examples, and I always get confusion. So that's when I break out the manipulatives, and I'll show, like I did in the video earlier, and I'll show them that, and it kind of like light bulbs go up. Then I will have them recreate with manipulatives, regrouping again, but we would do it whole group. So I would give them another number, another example, and all together we would use the manipulatives and regroup. I love this idea of creating a video, maybe sending it home for homework, maybe sending it to parents so they get an understanding of what their child is working on. I also love using this video because I think they get a kick out of me on Explain Everything and hearing my voice, and I think it brings like some engaging and engagement to the classroom. I actually, doing this assignment has made me think a lot about how I can recreate these videos and kind of make it exciting for the students to see me in action on Explain Everything so that they can watch it, laugh about it. It could also be a center. So this assignment was eye-opening for me. But I couldn't get to the full 30 minutes just because I would have to change TEKS. So it wouldn't really work for me. I totally understand how it would work for high school kids because they have a lot more complex work that they do. So I hope this is okay, and I hope that you'll accept this video. I had a lot of fun making it. All right, I had a great semester, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.